I am horrified. Why, Greg? I'll tell you why, helpful friend. Because next week, I'm going to just tell you something. Next week, the great operatic singer Renee Fleming is on this show, but she couldn't be there at the actual time, so she came here earlier today into the studio just before we started the show, which is of course live, and she was here, and she's Renee Fleming. She's known the world over as being one of the greats in the opera world, and when I say great, I mean it in the most way. Anyway, you have a guest like that, it's a bit of class. So, as you know, we have, very little in the way of equipment here at this show. I mean, look, they even have an immigrant hosting it, for heaven's sake. So anyway, Chunky B, our warm-up guy, we call him Chunky B, but he's lost 40 pounds, so now he's Hunky B. So he goes to introduce Renee Fleming to the great opera singer to the studio audience, who tonight are half in the bag anyway. I like that. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm half in the bag anyway. What the hell is that? I used to work in vaudeville. Really? Sure I did, yeah. Here's 20 bucks. Anyway, he goes to introduce her to the studio audience. They're all drunk anyway. And he called her. He does this whole thing. She's the greatest singer in the world. And then he goes, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rebecca Fleming. Let's recap. Her name is Renee Fleming. She's a giant star of the opera. He calls her Rebecca Fleming. So, when I charge out full of sturm and drang and furious at his terrible oafish mistake, he says to me, sorry, man, I knew a chick in high school called Rebecca Fleming. And I'm like, you can't say the word chick. You can't. You're just not allowed anymore. There's been an entire movement. What do they call it again? Oh, yes, feminism. You know you can't say chick anymore. And he's like, well, what can you say? And I don't know. And this is my plea to you, ladies. Let's get a uniform policy. Just tell us what we can and can't say. And then we won't get it wrong. But I won't say chick. And I won't say Rebecca Fleming either. We'll be right back.
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you got the Sandman at the door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, you can always sleep through work tomorrow, okay? Hey, hey, tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
That's enough, thank you, really. Please, sit down. That's right, thank you. Please sit down, relax. I think you may have mistaken me for someone else. I think you may have mistaken me for Rebecca. Here's what happened. I'll tell you later. Anyway, For the purposes of this show, I would like to be known as Rebecca. I will explain later. You can call me Rebecca or the second Mrs. De Winter. It's a great day for America, everybody. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a great day for America. It is a great day. Not such a great day for the healthcare reform. The so-called public option died on the Senate floor today. It could have survived, but apparently it had a pre-existing condition. I'm sorry about that joke, but it's been a very slow Tiger Woods day. No mistresses. Oh, it's like, I think they've kind of, they're all, that's it. I think we're done. Or are we? You know who would love that public option healthcare joke, though? That George Stephanopoulos. And it was announced today he will replace Diane Sawyer on Good Morning America. Congratulations, George. You know, he's got the legs for it. I think it's a good choice. He's... You know, he used to dance under the name Rebecca. Anyway, it's a great day for our president, President Barack Obama. He accepted a Nobel Peace Prize in Norway. I don't want to say this Obama love is out of control, but his acceptance speech for the Nobel Prize just won the Pulitzer Prize, and his overall performance has just won an Oscar. Do you know, if Obama really wants to earn the Peace Prize, he should resolve the most troubling conflict of our time. The Tiger Woods and Mrs. Woods. You sort that one out, you get a prize. There's your Nobel Peace Prize right there. Well, you see, the thing is, no, I'm done. There's a lot of controversy for President Obama in Norway, because apparently he snubbed the Norwegian royal family. I know, I didn't know the Norwegians had a royal family, but they do. The last of the Vikings. Anyway, the Norwegian royal family, I just snubbed them there too. Now I'm in trouble. I snubbed the Norwegians. That's right, I snubbed you, Norwegian royal family. How dare he snub us? Why are you talking a German accent? Because I don't know what a Norwegian accent sounds like. It's probably something quite Germanic. Anyway, I snubbed them by calling them Vikings. He snubbed them by cancelling lunch with them. Lunch. I said that again because I went, lunch, all high, and I think you probably thought, what the hell does he say? What the hell is lunch? He cancelled, he was meant to have lunch with the Norwegian royal family, and he cancelled, and I'm like, well, don't be silly, Norwegian royal family. Even if the president doesn't invite you, just show up and crash the party. That's how we do it in America. Now, the Peace Prize is handed out in Oslo, Norway, but Oslo's been in the news this week because of that big swirly thing in the sky over Oslo. Did we get a picture of it? Look, look at that. I know, they're calling for Batman or something. Look at that. I'm fascinated by these lights, not because I think they might be UFOs, because lights in general fascinate me because we don't have any here in this studio. I'm over here, in the middle of your screen. Let's get another picture of that thing over Oslo. Look at that. Look at that, though. Isn't that amazing? Wait! Strange star-like object over Oslo right before Obama arrives. A gift of a gold medal given by a group of wise men. No. Nah. Even MSNBC are going, nah, you took it too far. Anyway, some people say that the light was a UFO coming to welcome Obama, which is, of course, ridiculous, because if it was really a UFO, they would take Joe Biden back to his home planet. Come on, Joe. You've bothered these people long enough. Let's go and embarrass the people of Pluto. Do they have trains? Yes, they have trains. Nobody has a good explanation for this big glowy thing in the sky. The scientists have no idea what it is up there, but they say that if you sync it up right and put on the second side, a dark side of the moon, and maybe, like, it's awesome. Now, I've never been to Norway, but I might go if they give out the Nobel Prize for fart jokes. I'd like to thank burritos, curry, everyone who's ever pulled my finger. Thank you. Did I ever tell you about the time Susan Sarandon pulled my finger? She did. I was at the Emmys, right, and she was walking by, and I kind of met her a little bit because of the show, and I was sitting down, and she was kind of walking by all kind of grand, and Susan Sarandon, and I went, oh, hello, and she kind of turned around to shake my hand, but she didn't really have time, and so I just held my hand out, and she pulled my finger. Now, I grew up with a brother, so you pull my finger. And the Desperate Housewives were sitting behind me. You should have seen the look on their faces. Anyway, the main reason I'd like to go to Norway is because they're all very good looking. I hear Oslo is filled with supermodels walking down the street with their blonde hair, their perfect boobies. I hear the women aren't bad either. Also, Norway, I've always wanted to go to Norway because they've got a big holiday called Constitution Day on the 17th of May. The whole country celebrates, they go nuts. Now, the 17th of May also happens to be my birthday. Aha! You see, Constitution Day and my birthday, very different, of course. One is celebrated every year by Norwegian men carousing. And the other one's Norwegian Constitution Day. Anyway, no. Oh, shut up. Do you know what else they've got in Norway? Reindeer. Really, I hear you say? Really, Craig? Reindeer? Yes, they do. Reindeer that fly Santa around? No, reindeer can't fly. What? Spoiler alert, yes. And people are like, oh, it would be magical if reindeer could fly. No, it would not be magical. Have you ever had a bird poop on your head? Now, will you? Imagine a giant moose-like animal flying overhead. Still, it's good luck, I suppose. I got nothing. You talk about Norway for 8.5 minutes. See what you come up with. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
And now, a Sean Connery holiday memory.
It was Christmas 1999. My greatest Christmas ever. It probably had something to do with my new invention, the mistletoe belt buckle. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of something. I was just looking over the guests who are on the show next week. It's very, very exciting. Bob Barker's here next week, Sigourney Weaver, Judi Dench, and look, Rebecca Fleming is here next week too. Anyway, not to worry. We got it's the big Norway show tonight. Where we're celebrating everything there is to say about Norway, which, let's be honest, not that much. Oh, wait, you know who was from Norway? Edvard Munch, who painted The Scream. You know the picture of The Scream. We used to use it here all the time. Do you get a picture of The Scream still? There, that one, yes. Yes, he's a... That's right. Well done, Edvard Munch. Well done. The studio audience here in California really enjoy your mental anguish. Well, let's be honest, they do enjoy mental anguish. Or else, why are they watching this show? Actually, I think it looks like the poster for the movie Home Alone. Let me see it again. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Do you know that Munch actually painted dozens of that painting? He didn't just paint one painting, The Scream. Remember that was stolen as well? They said it was stolen in broad daylight. The burglars broke into the museum as it was open during the day. I'm like, well, if it was open during the day, they didn't break in. They just walked in and took your painting, didn't they? Yes. Anyway, people say that Munch was the first modern artist because he painted, you know, dozens and dozens of that image, you know, which is a very modern art thing to do. I wonder what Andy Warhol would think of that. Or Salvador Dali. Ooh. Yeah. Or a giraffe. Ooh. Oh, you have it. Good, yeah. Giraffe probably wouldn't care that much about it. Giraffes don't care much for modern art. You know why? Because they're not materialists. And modern art's become all about money. And giraffes only care for tall shrubs. Which, coincidentally, don't grow in Norway. Yeah, it's a pretty bad one tonight, I think. I'd stick around. This could be the worst crap ever. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, or to our Norwegian friends. That's not Norwegian. But I say it to the Norwegians anyway. It drives them crazy. Do we have time for email? Yes, we do. Thank you, Norwegian friend with a German accent. This is from Erica in Kokomo in Indiana. Indiana. Hey, Craig, I opened a package which arrived at the house the other day, and it was a puppet of my husband. He must have ordered it online or something. What do I make of this? I'm a little weirded out. Yeah, me too. That's a little weird. You know what's weirder about it is like you get a package and you're out and you open it up and it's a puppet of your husband and you think, I think I better email a late night talk show about this. This isn't the kind of thing that you just bring up in a marriage. Should I ask my best girlfriend? What about my gay friend that helps me with everything? No. This is late night talk show. It's that serious. All right. This is from Virginia in Farmingdale in New Jersey. Virginia says, there's a whole lot of information there. Virginia, Farmingdale, New Jersey. Virginia says, hi, Craig. Since you hug your guests each night, I don't always hug them. Since you hug your guests each night, how come you don't apply that hand sanitizer to your neck and face as well? Well, three things, some things. Hey, first of all, I don't shake hands with anyone and then put hand sanitizer on. That I don't do, so I don't even know where you're coming from, even starting off with that. And then you say, well, people don't use, you know, if I hug people, they don't use their face or their neck to pick things on their body, do they? It's not like, oh, my ass is itchy, I'll just scratch it using my cheek. Because if you can do that, you're in Cirque du Soleil. This is from Paul in Ogden in Utah. Dear Craig, says Paul, I sprained my neck and have to wear around this huge neck brace for several months now. Have any thoughts about jazzing it up a bit and decorating it? Well, I get asked this a lot. And, you probably want to get one of them bedazzlers going on it. Yeah, bedazzler. Or, you know what you could do? You could get it to make it look like a preacher's thing. Like a dog collar, and then get, like, big, boxy shoulders, because it's too big to actually be a real preacher's thing. So you could be, like, a dog collar, like, preacher's thing, and then get a big, boxy shirt thing on, and call yourself Pastor Robot. And you could solve crimes. Pastor Robot, I've got a problem. What is it? Someone sent me a box with a puppet of my husband in it. What? Let me take a look at this. No, this is beyond my powers. What you need is a crap late-night talk show for that. Yeah. This is from Ashley in Murray in Kentucky. Dear Craig, your show is the reason my boyfriend and I started dating. Now, what kind of... why? Why? You're up late, I'm the only thing on TV, so you start doing something else? Is that what? Anyway, she says, I was wondering if you would come to our university for our pajama jam. Bring your own jammies. No, I can't come to your pajama party at your university, delightful young people, for I hate you. Let me be more specific. I don't hate you because you're you. I just hate you for your youth and your optimism and your lack of bitterness. It makes me feel old and corrupt, which of course I am. I only have one skill left, and that's solving puppet-related crimes. I don't even think it's a crime to send a puppet through the post, unless that puppet contains heroin! I'm also shocked that I said that. Oh, man. What? It could be. That could be a way heroin smugglers are smuggling heroin into America, using adorable puppets of people's husbands, so that you open up and go, what the hell is this? And you just put it aside. Then other people who are involved in the smuggling ring come up dressed as robot pastors. I got nothing. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Over there. Welcome back, and to our Norwegian viewers, Norwegian phrase to come later in post-production. Wait a minute, how can you have post-production if you do the show live? Oh, ooh la la! No need for pixelation. My first guest tonight, well, here's a clue to who it is. Wait, don't give it away. He's written this very interesting, very interesting book because he's a strange man. Funny, strange, complicated, adorable, all these things that I look for in a partner. Anyway, the book's called Here's the Deal, Don't Touch Me. It's written by a gentleman called... It's a New York Times bestseller now as well. Oh, I wonder what that feels like. Oh, I don't need to wonder. I know. Please welcome the very lovely Howie Mandel, everybody. Welcome, Howie.
It's good to be here.
It's lovely to see you.
Yes.
You look very well.
Thank you, author to author.
Oh, yeah, and congratulations on the
New York Times.
New York Times bestseller list.
Yes,
and you're celebrating by going parachuting later, I see.
I don't even know what this is. It's just
fantastic. Is what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's just something. It's an ensemble.
It's a ninja. It's a fashion ninja thing that's going on. It's awesome.
I'm a fashion ninja. That's what I've been known as. When you think of ninja and fashion, you think Howie Mandel. I have always...
Tim Gunn, then Howie Mandel, I think.
In that order. Yes.
Sometimes.
So, but this is very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Like you said, for me, this is a whole new thing. And I'm not thrilled. I wasn't thrilled to, I got asked to write a book, and then I thought I'd have a funny book, and then hopefully it is funny, but then I realized how screwed up I am, and I put it there, and it's published, and I can't get it back.
No.
My book's very similar. myself too, in my book, and I know you did it in your book.
Oh, I did it during the commercial break. You did? Were you a bedwetter as a child?
Not in the bed, just out in public.
Really?
Yes, I have. Why is that funny? I wasn't in the bed.
Oh, listen, they love mental anguish. You should have seen them when I showed them the Munch's The Scream. They were like, ah!
Yeah, I know. I am mental anguish. Yeah. Mental anguish is me. I have a severe ADD, and as a kid, I would say, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'd go, and then there'd be a little noise or something shiny, and I'd be off that way, and then I wet myself. And I go, oh, I forgot I had to go to the bathroom. I would forget where I was going, and I would urinate all the time. I would just always, because I forgot. And they'd say, why didn't you go before? And I would say, I was, and then something came up. So
I'm terribly alarmed for you.
Why?
Well, this is in Canada where you grew up.
Yeah, so it was cold, so I would freeze.
So it's freeze, yes.
So I was always chipping icicles off my crotch. I was always...
Oh, that's what... Just chipping icicles off my crotch, Mom!
That's good. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think... But I would... And then I didn't want the kids to know that that was the issue, so that I would fall into the ditch. But the ditch was nowhere near the school, so I would have to run to the ditch. And they'd go, what happened? You fell in the ditch. And they go, the ditch is nowhere near here. I go, well, that was quite a tumble. I fell here and then rolled and rolled and rolled. And then
rolled onto a bus.
Yes.
And then took the bus to the ditch.
Yes, but I didn't want to be in the ditch, and then I'd realize I'm in the ditch. I don't want the germs, so I would jump out of the... It was a mess.
Oh, no,
it's a whole book here.
You had the germs even then?
I had the germs all the time.
Why are you worried about germs when you're in Canada? There's no germs in Canada.
No, I just don't touch things. I won't touch things.
Which is a problem, I have to tell you, for me, because, and I think many other people, because when you come, you're a very adorable, approachable man.
Thank you.
And so what I want to do is just go over and hug you and lick your head.
No.
I want to go over and mush myself up against you. I want to, you know, get my saliva on you and stuff.
Why do you want to do that?
It's just because I know you don't want me to do that.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind the...
You don't?
No, I don't want that. I mean, but it's just the face-to-face... Well, I had children, so I did a lot of...
Right.
But there was no shaking hands. I never went... Honey, you wanna... I never did that.
So it's a deal then. We're going to have sex.
Yes. Look, no hands. Look, no hands. I can do it without hands. Yes.
Cirque du Soleil are also from Canada, aren't they, Harry?
Yes.
Yes.
If you see me in a public restroom, it's like Act 2 from any of those Cirque. You call it the Soleil?
Yes.
Yes, Cirque du Soleil?
That's what I call it.
Is it Soleil? I thought it was Soleil. Soleil. It's Soleil. Soleil, you say tomato. I'll say tomato.
I'll tell you why I say Soleil.
Tell me why.
Because that's how it's pronounced in Norway. So, on this special night... Hey, listen,
you know what Soleil means in Norwegian?
Look what I got, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That's my... You know, I don't use that.
Why not?
I don't, and I'm not disparaging. They might be a sponsor, and I don't mean to... But I used it so much. It's in my book. I used it when I had a talk show. Yes. I used to have an afternoon talk show, and I used to have that, and I had like a bucket. I would soak in it, and then my friend gave me, he's a surgeon, he gave me that surgical wash. I would do that every time like somebody came on in the commercial, and then I started getting warts all over my hands, and I didn't know. I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I had killed all my antibodies. You know, it's good to have bacteria on your hands. I had nothing. So if I touched anything, I got like warts and horrible viruses all over my hands. So I don't use that anymore. Like it's more healthy for me. Now I just don't touch anything. So instead of this, I'm just hands-free. Everything is hands-free. I try. You should see me drive, like with the steering wheel.
Why don't you wear gloves?
I do. I have gloves. I wear gloves and
driving
masks.
Gloves with you know they used to have the driving gloves with the little thing in the back. You look like James Bond, kind of like,
I will drive.
You know, and you can see chicks if you wear driving gloves.
No, I wear rubber. I have rubber. I have rubber gloves and I have masks. I am hermetically sealed. I have a hazmat suit. I have everything. It's not a joke. It's what I do. When the family's sick. When the family is sick, I have to dress up.
Do you get?
Look how it got awkwardly quiet for just a second.
I think everyone was kind of like, oh.
Now they just feel bad.
Do you get vaccinations?
No, I can't go to the doctor's office. Are you talking about like the H1N1?
Yeah.
What are the chances that my book would come out in the midst of this pandemic?
You're on a book tour. You got all these people going, Howie, I loved you ever since the beginning.
Right. And you know what
I'm not going to do it. So
and I'm not plugging. You notice I'm on television right now promoting my book, but I'm not telling you where I'm doing signings. And if you know where I'm going to be, don't show up. I don't want them to show up. You know what? If you want to... I won't say the dates. They're really mad.
Then
you know
don't
what?
go.
No, I don't. I have to go because that's contractually. I tweet. I'm on Twitter. Howie
Right.
Mandel. I'll talk to you. Just don't come near me. Don't touch me. Buy the book. I'll talk to you. 140 characters. We can have a conversation. Right? Do you tweet?
No.
No, that's the only way. That's for me. That's the new clean
What I
way
do
of
with my
communicating.
fans is I get up, I lick their hands,
No, man,
I get all in, I go like that, give them noogies, yeah. Well, I've only got one fan, and he's a dog, so that's what I do.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have a dog?
My wife has dogs. I don't touch the dogs, but she has them.
What kind of dogs?
A rescue. She has I don't know, they're
That's
like
not
nuts.
an actual breed of dog, you know.
But you know what she said? She rescued it from a homeless woman downtown. She rescued
What do you mean rescue? You mean she stole it from a hobo? She stole a hobo's dog?
Yeah, and she's so amazed.
It's my only consolation. No! My husband's Howie Mandel!
And she's fascinated by the fact that it's housebroken. I go, it's never been in a house. That's
Right.
the only way. That's why it's outside. It sees carpet. It won't go on carpet.
Right.
Concrete.
What is this strange, bottom-threatening fiber?
Right.
Yes,
right.
that's what the dog's thinking.
Oh, that's what the dog's thinking.
Yeah, I don't
thought you
know.
were getting a weird feeling, and you were thinking
Whenever you're here, I get a weird feeling.
that
I do.
bottom-threatening fiber feeling.
I do. My
Really?
bottom twitches when I meet you.
Oh.
You said we could talk about anything because we don't touch.
Yes, but I don't want. It's bothering me. I feel very uncomfortable right now that your bottom is twitching.
It's not twitching anymore.
Oh, stop.
No, it stopped twitching around 1973, actually.
You said when you meet me, your bottom twitches. You didn't know me in 1973.
Didn't I, Howie?
The book.
That other child in the ditch, that was me. Howie, congratulations.
Thank you.
A stellar book, a strange and wonderful tale. Howie Mandel, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the big OCD Norwegian show where we talk about how nice it is to be really, really clean and Norwegian. By the way, don't tweet me, because I ain't tweeting you back. But you can touch me. But you're not allowed to tell anybody. It's a little phobia I have. Who's this guy? I don't know. Hey, my next guest is an actress. Really? Yes. She's in the show Gary Unmarried, which is on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on CBS. But it's good. Take a look at this.
Tommy, how you doing?
Hey, Laird, what's up? What do you,
Hey, you were in Malibu this morning. Are you all right?
I'm sorry, how do you know my son? And hello.
Aloha, I'm Laird.
Hi.
Malibu? You've been surfing before school? That's why you're late all the time? Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't want you to see me until I was really good.
Oh, honey, that is so sweet. Did I mention I was a cheerleader in high school?
We just met.
Oh. Well, I was.
It's a bit racy for CBS, isn't it? People flirting. Please welcome the very lovely Paula Marshall. Paula Marshall. Welcome, Paula. Welcome. You look sensational. I love your boots, by the way.
Thanks.
Very, very nice. Nice and wintry.
Neiman Marcus. Well, you know, there was a girl on the show the other day, and it looked like it was 80 degrees out. It was like 37 when I woke up yesterday, so I'm wearing a sweater.
Yeah, no, it's working. It's all kind of, yeah, you get that cozy and you're rubbing your legs.
You
and
look
everything.
nervous.
I am nervous, yeah. You put a woman in a pair of boots, I'd just come apart.
I know, they're good. And by the way, Howie, like, I don't think he has a germ problem. We totally made out backstage. I mean, like, I think he's full of crap, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe just to sell the book. which you should buy. I'm sure it's great.
It's real.
Is it?
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's a very dangerous condition he suffers from. It's a cleanly Canadian thing.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
You don't have any of that yourself? Do you just like roll around in muck and
I
stuff?
don't mind. I mean, I do clean things with the Purells.
Do you do? Well, I got
do.
some left over from Howie.
I
Look,
do.
I got tons
But
of it.
I like the expensive, stinky kind that you get at Whole Foods. That, yeah, my makeup artist has. It's like EO or something. It's really.
You have
it
your
smells
own
nice.
makeup
I do.
artist?
She's backstage, Cheryl. You think I look like this? Look how good I look.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you bet. Oh, good for you. Where are you from?
I'm from Rockville, Maryland. Where McGruff the crime dog, by the way, is from there. I know. Has anyone ever heard of that?
Yes,
McGruff
I
the
have.
crime
McGruff
dog?
the crime. Does he solve crimes or commit them?
He's just a commercial, because a guy in a commercial.
Right.
And that's all I know about Rockville, except you're not supposed to go back, that REM told me. And I don't really go back, hardly ever.
Do you still have family there?
Yeah, my sisters are there, my brother's in Virginia.
Well, wouldn't they be upset that if you're like, you know, you're kind of trash talking Rockville right
I
now?
kinda
you know?
am.
Yeah, you go back there, the Rockville civic
I know.
pride
I know.
will be
Well,
damaged.
My high school went under, and so now there's
Went
like
under
no.
what?
You know, went underwater. No, it turned into another school, so it's not there. So I always thought, oh gosh, when I finally make it big, I'll go back to like my homecoming game. Well, it's not there anymore. So it's awful.
You went to an underwater high school?
I did. Yeah, I did.
You
Yeah.
scuba dived?
Look how. Well, that's why I'm so pale. I never saw the sun. Look at that. See?
Yeah, you're not that
Craig.
pale.
I'm a little pale.
Really?
Yeah, not as pale as all your girls in Glasgow. I was there. My husband did a movie there, and my gosh,
What, the girls in Glasgow are pale?
very pale.
No,
There's not a lot of sun there.
No, there's not a lot of sun in
Not a lot of
Glasgow, but
sun.
the good thing is when you take your clothes off, there's
Yes.
no unsightly lines.
That's true. That's true.
It's just
But
smooth.
It's smooth, and
Yeah.
it's very reflective.
It's
You
like
can-
it's like having sex with a ghost.
well. Ask my husband.
Really?
Yeah, very pale.
Do
Very
you think
pale.
I could go up to your husband and say, "What's it like having sex with your
Like
wife?"
a ghost. Very
I think
pale.
I think he might be offended.
He might
He
be.
might punch me in the jaw.
You might.
Yeah.
You might.
Where did you meet your husband?
I met my husband on a movie set, and then we ended up doing a TV show called Snoops. It was David Kelly's first big bomb, which, you know, I love being part of that. But thanks to that show, I fell in love with Danny Nucci. And we have a beautiful little girl named Maya, and that's the end of the story.
No, it's not the end of the
This is
story.
the beginning of the story?
Yes, and they lived happily ever after. What do you do together? Do you go surfing? Do you go to underwater schools? Have you only sent your own daughter to an
No,
underwater
I'm not.
school?
No, we actually watch football. That's, I think, why he fell in love with me. That and because I drive a nice car, a Porsche.
I think you mean a Ford.
Well, I have, you know, it's funny. I actually have a Ford Escape.
Excellent
hybrid,
product.
A hybrid, because I felt so guilty. You know, when the gas prices went up, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I
So
have
you
a Porsche.
bought another car?
I bought. I have actually. I did. I know. Because I have this Porsche in the garage, and I was like, you know, so you get what, 12 miles to the gallon. So,
I wouldn't
gosh,
know.
so
I
little.
work here.
Okay. But I did. I bought a Ford. I love buying American, and so I now I think maybe get like 27 miles to the gallon. It's bright green. Actually, my director Jimmy Burrows, the king of sitcom directing, he hates my color. Every time we park next to each other, he always gives me grief about it because it's so ugly next to his, like, you know, Beamer or Mercedes or something.
Yeah, that must be awful.
It's a bright colored car, so people can see it because, like, I want to be safe. So I have a
Yes.
Ford and a Porsche.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's good
Thanks.
to know that the recession's over.
Thanks, I know.
Very lovely, Paula Marshall, everybody. We'll be right back.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?
People often say to me, Craig, you're tall. And I say, not really. And then I look around to see who said it, and it's usually a very small person. I think we better do this again. Or not. Ooh la la! Good night, everybody.